dragging your feet on this, Dallas, because it's getting messy and a little embarrassing.
Dak Prescott agrees to a deal with the Cowboys. Adam Schefter just tweeted this.
Tell them boys they can kiss the ring now, messing with a king.
It took 3 off seasons, but the Cowboys and Dak Prescott have finally come to terms on a 4-year, $160 million contract. Let's take a closer look at some of the details of this thing, right? First, it includes a $66 million signing bonus. That's the highest signing bonus in NFL history. The contract also includes $126 million guaranteed, second most in NFL history, and he's now slated to make an average of $40 million per year, where the money resides. Prescott's guaranteed money and yearly average trail only Patrick Mahomes. I let out a little scream when this whole thing came down yesterday because the saga's finally over. That means we get to talk about it and what it all means. Welcome to NFL Live, everybody. Adam Schefter in a second with all the details on Dak and the deadline to the franchise tag just passed a minute ago, so we'll update you on some of those players as well. Dan Orlovsky, Mina Kimes here, of course. Let's get right to it, Adam. How did this whole thing come together?
Laura, they spent the weekend trying to get this done. It ramped up on Monday, and it became a situation where essentially they knew they had to get it done. And they did in the 11th hour before they had to use the franchise tag on him. It was a case where essentially they wanted to keep him under wraps. They did just that. Now they get to save $15.5 million against the salary cap this year, and in addition, prevent him from leaving after this season. So that's the big news for the Dallas Cowboys. If you're Dak Prescott, you get the largest signing bonus in NFL history, $66 million, the largest guarantee, $126 million, and you get to become a free agent again right now at the age of 31 when the new TV money kicks in on the media rights, and Dak Prescott will have a chance to dwarf the current contract that he's signing.
Yeah, Adam, you had a tweet about Jerry Jones maybe tipping off just how much that TV money is going to be by all this. It's really interesting. And Dan, lots to unwrap about this whole move, the money, the pressure. But how about Dak Prescott just betting on himself here and cashing in big time?
Yeah, listen, I'm a person first. This moment is about celebrating Dak Prescott, right? Like celebrating a guy that came into the league and really has become an example for everybody, whether you're a football person or not. Like believing in yourself, never giving up, knowing your worth, betting on yourself, and just kind of having the discipline to see it through. And credit him and his team for getting that done. It's an incredible accomplishment. Like that's everybody's dream, to go into the NFL and get that done. And Dak obviously got that done. So credit to him, incredible story. Now I'm an analyst second. Money does 2 things in the NFL. It shows respect, it raises expectations. The expectations are no longer 4th-round draft pick, both individually and team-wise. Team-wise, the expectation is for this team to contend for championships year in and year out now that they have their quarterback second highest paid in the league. Guys are going to have to step up because they got holes. And the expectations will be risen for the individual. You have to fill some of the holes that are going to be a part of your football team. You will be expected, and your performance should be good enough that it will carry some of the flaws of our team because we decided to pay you that much money.
Dan, we've disagreed a lot about this contract and Dak in general, but I think you're absolutely right about that. The expectations for him are high, the expectations for the organization are high, but the way I look at it is this. Sometimes when I'm thinking about coaching decisions, or in this case, a contract decision, you have to look at it not from the perspective of Dallas, but rather from the perspective of Philadelphia, New York, and Washington. None of those teams or fan bases are happy this deal got done because Dallas has the best quarterback in the division. They have the best offense in the division. And even with this contract, they should have one of the best offenses in the NFL. The question for this team, and this is, I think, the key to whether or not they're going to win the division or actually contend is, do they have an average defense? That's where the holes are. Yes, there's some issues with depth on the offensive line. When you look down this roster on both sides of the football, it is the defense that is going to be the problem. They need some of those rookies, Gallimore, Diggs, from last year to step up. They need to find some low-cost veterans to fill out the secondary and the defensive line. And they need new defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, to not make some of the mistakes they made last year because the defense is going to be the key for this team now.
Yeah, Dan, your feelings on Dak Prescott and what this deal should be are well documented, right? When this happened, though, I want to know, I mean, you're talking about kind of some holes he may have to make up for, things like that. What really did you think about the numbers when you saw that hit?
Shocked and stunned. I mean, you guys have proof in our text. I was shocked and stunned. I didn't really think they would get a deal done, let alone that deal. When I saw the amount of money that was going to be on the annual basis and then the guaranteed money, I thought to myself, I think I said to you guys, holy smokes. And I thought, wow, like Jerry caved, Dak won. That doesn't, like, no one swung and missed more on this situation more than me and Jerry Jones. And so I was shocked and stunned. But I think at the end of the day, like, as I thought about it and I've appreciated the journey for Dak. Like I said, I'm a person first, so you think, man, what an incredible story for everything that he's been through. I mean, think about it, Lord. I wore Cowboys colors today. I have blue and silver on. Mina somehow was wearing Philadelphia green, and I'm wearing Cowboys colors for appreciation.
This is actually money green in honor of Dak's contract, not Philadelphia green. But I say that because Dak won. Like, there's really no other way to spin this. I mean, it's good for Dallas because, like I said, they got the best quarterback in their division, and they no longer have to play him on the tag, which would have been an absolute disaster. But this is a unmitigated victory for Dak Prescott, not just because of the size of the contract, but the fact that he got a no-trade clause and a no-tag clause. I hadn't heard about that talked about last year or the year before when they were discussing the terms and length of this contract. That is massive for Dak Prescott because, as Adam said, this means he can hit the market again at age 31. And based on what we've seen from quarterbacks, that means he can hit the market again twice. Like, 31, that's just halfway through a quarterback's career. This dude is going to get paid so many times if he sustains the level of play we've seen. I mean, that is a remarkable win for him, Adam.
Yeah.
This way, right? Peyton Manning retired in Denver 5 years ago. He made $77 million during his time in Denver. We're 5 years later, and Dak Prescott has a new deal worth $160 million, and that's before the new media rights money kicks in. Who knows what his next contract could look like? It could be an absolute monster deal because that's what these quarterback salaries continue to do. Again, 4 or 5 years ago, $25 million was a lot for a quarterback. Then it was 30. Then it was 35. Now it's 40. What is it going to be in 5 years when this new money kicks in? Is it going to be $70, $75 million a year? We're going to see where it's going. But Dak Prescott is right where he wants to be. He didn't want to leave Dallas. The Cowboys didn't want him to leave Dallas. And the two sides each got, in the end, what they wanted.
You know, we've alluded to Dak's journey. Just a reminder, no one really believed in him coming out of high school except his own family. Dan Mullen took a chance on him. No one believed in Mississippi State. He led them to the #1 team in the country and then has continued to have success at the NFL level. Hey, still plenty more to come on Dak Prescott, his big deal. That's coming your way. How it impacts guys like Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and other quarterbacks around the league. And the franchise tag deadline has come and gone. Still ahead, did the defending champs tag the wrong player? Someone here has their doubts about the decision in Tampa. We'll be right back.